Hey book fighters, it's Friday, August 20th, and this week I read Fairest by Gail Carson Levine. And Fairest is a reinterpretation of Snow White, and I think we all know the story of Snow White. But there were some really interesting things she changed about it. One of the things she did was make Snow White ugly, and then she had to like magically make herself pretty, which is really interesting. I was saying interesting way too much on time. It had some consequences that led to an ending that I thought was much better than a prince falling in love with a dead girl. I guess it's also kind of better than death by dancing in hot iron shoes too, which the original one also ends with. It's a really interesting story if you've only seen the Disney version of it. Another cool change is the magical mirror in this book, which I'm not going to tell you about because that would kind of ruin the entire book. But the magic mirror doesn't tell you the truth of who is pretty in that book. It does something else. And I do have one major problem with the book, and basically all fairy tale books in general, because they're all for young children. Things like Snow White, The Little Mermaid, they've been around for hundreds of years, so they have to be saying something important. I mean, why else would we have all of our children, not our children? I mean, think about it. Ever since the Grimm brothers published their fairy tale book, every child in Western civilization has heard the story of Snow White. There has to be something important about fairy tales if they've lasted this long and if everybody knows about them. They have to be telling us something about humanity that we need to know. So why would they only be for children? I think somebody definitely needs to do fairy tales for adults. It's kind of what fantasy is, except not as fairy. I don't know. There's something about fairy tales that makes them different from every type of literature. This is the conclusion I came to after reading this. So next week I'll read Ruined by Paula Morris, which is really cool because she's an author that I've met, and she's writing about New Orleans, and you can see our beautiful New Orleans cemetery on the cover. As for my earliest memory, I pretty much lied a lot when I was little, and I convinced myself that a lot of the lies were true, so I have some very early memories, but I'm pretty sure I made them up when I was 5 or 6, and I can't remember. Well, have a good weekend, book fighters, and everybody else watching this. And Dan, I will see you on Monday. Now, I'm going to eat this delicious looking apple that is so weird. This old lady, this family, just gave it to me, so